Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, we will learn about profit adjustments. Profit adjustments sometimes we need to do after we have calculated our normal profit and loss accounts, where we have derived our profits, and suddenly we have some adjustments, or maybe we um, we receive or we paid to somebody, or somebody make a payment, or we haven't paid for our expenses, or we forgot to include our depreciation in the profit calculation. So from all of those, we need to recalculate, and then we will arrive at our new profits, or sometimes we may have a loss. Okay, so let us see the question. Okay, this is the question. Let me adjust a bit. Okay, so profit adjustment exercise, the net profit of Bosan Enterprise. We are now feeling very bored at the moment. Okay, the net profit of Bosan Enterprise shows a positive figure of 79,330 for the year ended 31st December 2019. However, during the recent investigation, below are some adjustments should be made before the financial statement can be published. Okay, this is the receivables. I forgot to put this is the receivables, but okay, this is the receivables. We have duduk diam dalam rumah. So duduk owes us about 28,400, while diam 17,260, dalam 59,490, rumah 34,850. Okay, before we further continue, you can get or you can download this question from my blog. So the website or the blog address is bloggerfadil.blogspot.com. Okay, after this we have adjustments. So this is the adjustments that we need to make. For the receivables, so this is the receivables, Duduk paid 10,000 by check and made further payment or further purchase of 4,008 on credit. Okay, so we can see here, Duduk owes us about 28,400 and he paid 10,000 by check. So of course this 28,400 will be reduced by 10,000. But he then made a further purchase of 4,008. Then the balance sorry about that. So the balance will increase. B. Diam able to pay 260 cash before being declared bankrupt. Okay, we have a bankruptcy here. So from 17,260, he made a payment of 260, and then the balance is being declared bankrupt. For Dalam, paid on behalf of Rumah by check 1,820. Dalam paid for Rumah. Dalam owes us 59,490, but he paid on behalf of Rumah. Okay, wow, he's so nice to do that. So Dalam paid on behalf of Rumah, and Rumah did not do anything. Okay, this Rumah should be thankful. Second one, depreciation for a machine costing 50,000 is to be depreciated by 20% for the first time in 2019. Why is this? Okay, no problem. Okay, so depreciation is for the first time. Of course, it will be straightforward, 20% times with 50,000, and depreciation is an expenses. Okay, number 3, mangkuk. Duduk diam dalam rumah, mangkuk. Okay, so mangkuk, a debtor who was being declared as bad last 2 years, suddenly appeared and settled his debt for 10,000 by check. Okay, so you may receive this kind of question in your exam, or maybe in other exercises. And the possible outcome or the possible question for this kind of question is maybe the question 1, maybe you need to prepare a journal entries for the above transaction. All these transactions should be journalized. Or the second question, based on the above adjustment, prepare statement of adjusted profit and loss account for the year ended 31st December 2019. Or you need to do both journal entries as well as the adjustments. Alright, so we shall do this one by one. So we need to settle the question 1 first. Okay, we will go to Excel. Okay, now I have opened an Excel software. So I divided this screen into two. One is the question in the Word, and another one over here is the Excel. Okay, so number 1, Dudok paid the adjustment. Dudok paid 10,000 by check. Who's Dudok? Dudok is our account receivable and made further purchase of 4,008 on credit. So in this question, we have two transactions actually. First is he paid 10,000 by check, that's one. The second one is he made a further purchase. So he purchased from us, so we sell to them. So number 1, debit. Okay, let me do this, debit. Of course, Dudok paid 10,000 by check, so we receive money in terms of check, so we put in the bank, do debit bank and credit accounts receivable Dudok. Okay, I just do short forms. Okay, so 10,000 and 10,000. Okay, and he made further purchase of 4,008 on credit, so debit on credit, meaning that he took the goods and he didn't make any payment. So again, his balance will increase back. So debit AR Dudok and credit. Of course, you have done sales, so credit sales. How much? 4,800. Okay, done. 1A. Now we go for B. Number 2. Okay, let me do the debit field first. Diam able to pay 260 cash before being declared bankrupt. Again, this question have two transactions. One is payment in cash. Second one is he being declared bankrupt. So we take the money first, debit, cash, credit, AR, Diam. How much we receive? 260 and 260. Another one is he been declared bankrupt. So of course still it is a transaction. So when he been declared bankrupt, he is a bad debt. So bad debt is an expenses. So expenses will always be at the debit side. So debit, bad debt, and credit. Of course, AR Diam, before this, he was our accounts receivable. Now when he paid 260, the balance is around 17,000. Okay, 17,260 minus 260, so we have 17,000. Now that 17,000 will be disappear from our books because he's been declared a bad debt. So AR here. So how much that we lost? 17,000. Okay, so B, settle. What about C? I put here number 3, debit, credit. Dalam paid on behalf of Rumah. Dalam paid on behalf of Rumah. So Dalam didn't make any payment at all. He's busy with Rumah. Okay, so Dalam paid on behalf of Rumah by check. So debit bank, we take the money, and Rumah, AR Rumah. So how much he paid? 1820. So 1820. Okay, what about Rumah did not do anything? That's good. Okay, so Rumah did not do anything, so he didn't make any payment. Okay, but I still want to put it here that no transaction. Just want to remind myself that there is no transaction, so that's about it. Okay, what about number 2? Depreciation for a machine costing 50,000 is to be depreciated by 20% for the first time. So number 5, we have depreciation. Alright, I put here cost is how much is that? 50,000. And depreciation, I just put a short form, 20%. Remember, oops, what that happened? Okay, 20%. So 20% from 50,000. So I take 50%, 50,000, and then multiply by 20%. Okay, that is my depreciation. It doesn't matter whether it is a straight line method or reducing balance method. When it is the first time, so the first year will be same, 10,000. If you calculate the straight line method, 20% first year, still 10,000. If you do or you use the reducing balance method, 20% for the first year, still 10,000. Okay, so I don't need to put net book value because the question doesn't ask about for you to do the statement of financial position. Okay, so number 3 over here, Mangkok adapter who was being declared as bad last 2 years suddenly appeared and settled his debt for 10,000 by check. Suddenly appeared. Okay, when he suddenly appeared, we need to take Mangkok. Hi Mangkok. Hi Mangkok. Where have you been? Okay, so you want to settle your 10,000? Okay, but I need to record your name first. So I need to declare you as my receivables first. So Mangkok. Right, so Mangkok, how much? Even though we don't care whether last time when he was declared bad, he owed us 20,000, 50,000, we don't care. As long as he brought the money, bring the money, 10,000, and we registered his name as that much first, 10,000. So we just take 10,000 here, and then credit, of course, when he suddenly appeared, before this he was a bad debt, so when he appeared, we recover that bad debt. So bad debt recovered. So bad debt recovered, it is at the credit side because it is our income. other income. So we record as 10,000. Okay, next, but we haven't taken any money yet. We just register his name to be one of our debtors. And then he said that he want to pay 10,000 by check. So he gave us a check. Of course, we quickly take that check, debit bank, and credit AR Mampu. We recognize him, we kill him back. So we take that 10,000 in our bank. Okay, so that's it. That is the answer for possible question number 1. If the question asks you to do the journal entries. Alright, move on to if the question asks you further. Based on the above adjustment, prepare a statement of adjusted profit and loss account for the year ended 31st December. Okay, so I prepared this question number 2. So I put here statement of adjusted profit and then first, when I want to adjust the profit, I need to know how much profit that I have gotten before this. So the profit that I've got before this, net profit as per statement, the one that you have calculated before you do your adjustment. So the profit before you do the adjustment is this one, 79,330 here. So I put here 79,330. Right. Of course, you like to add. Okay, anything that will increase your profit, you need to add. Anything that decrease your profit, you just minus. Okay, so we put add first. Okay, so from here, either you can look in your question bag or just look at your journal entries. Okay, from this one, from the answer that you have made just now, okay, you see one by one. Bank is in your statement of financial position. AR also is inside your statement of financial position. Okay, because we only want to look at items relating to statement of profit and loss, because what you are doing is adjusted profit and loss. Okay, what about the second transaction? Debit AR duduk, credit sales. Yes, credit sales. Sales is inside your profit and loss accounts. So sales, credit sales. Sales are always credit. When you put credit sales on credit here, your sales will become more. What happens if your sales become more? When your sales increase, of course, your profit will increase. Okay, so I take that 4,008. So I just sales. Okay, 4,800. Okay, sales. Okay, and then I go back to okay, this one settle. Okay, this one is financial position, statement of financial position, bad debt, and it is at the debit side. So expenses always debit. So bad debt is an expenses. As you know, we have learned before this. Bad debt is an expenses. When you have a bad debt, you will incur losses. So bad debt will reduce your profit. So bad debt, put here, okay, I put less bad debt. How much is your bad debt just now? 17,000. Is it 17,000? Want to look back? Okay, bad debt 17,000. Okay, proceed to other transactions. Okay, this is debit bank. Of course, this is statement of financial position. This is also statement of financial position. Number 4, no transaction. Don't worry about that. And number 5, we have depreciation. And depreciation, oh, we forgot to to do the what we call that, the journal entries for the depreciation. Okay, let me insert. Okay, so debit depreciation and credit accumulated depreciation. How much is your depreciation? 10,000. So depreciation is your expenses. So the more depreciation you have, the more expenses that you will incur. In this case, we haven't got any depreciation because they provide the depreciation for the first time. So when you put depreciation, then your profit will become reduced. So depreciation is an expenses. So I just put here depreciation. How much? I forgot already. So depreciation 10,000. Is it 10,000? Yeah, 10,000. 10,000. Okay. Next is debit AR Mangkok. This is financial position, your asset. Bad debt recovered. So bad debt recovered, you recover. So this is your other income. So income will be put in your statement of profit and loss. So if you have bad debt recovered, means that you have another income, more income. So 10,000. So I put here bad debt recovered 10,000. Oh, same, huh? Okay, 10,000. Right, proceed. Debit bank credit AR Mangkok. Okay, so that's not inside your profit and loss accounts. So that's it. So this is the answer, but we need to finish, we need to sum up. Okay, now make this bigger. Okay, I do the sum. So you have this 14,800 and this one, this is 27,000, but I need to make it in the, I make it negative. So I have adjusted profit. So how much is my adjusted profit? So my adjusted profit is 67,130. Okay, so I just, okay, so this is my answer. Alright, so in this question is either the question asks about the adjustment, asks about the journal entries, or they only ask about they only ask you to do the statement of adjusted profit and loss accounts, or sometimes it requires both. So if require both, this is what you need to do. Okay, so I hope you can redo the question again, and then maybe I will post another set of questions later. Okay, till then, thank you. Assalamualaikum.